YouTube. Welcome on back to another video. My name is No Neck Jackal Joker, the man who looks like a thumb, and I'm here to give you a jump scare. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that mess! Jesus, sorry that wasn't funny. That wasn't funny. Oh God, what am I doing with myself? Anyways, regardless, welcome on back to another video, everybody. We are still continuing our marathon through the One Man's Trash series. We are wrapping things up with the Huntsman, with the Soundsmith series of this one, as I've heard through all the comments throughout the week. Don't worry, you ain't done with Soundsmith just yet. There's a couple other videos that he has uploaded as well that I need to check out, and I can't get to that one first until this one comes to a close. So let's get this party started. I said let's get this party started.
Surprise!
Better. There we go.
Actually working on 2 episodes at the same time for the past 2 years. Originally, I had planned for the back burner to be the next episode on.
That took 2 years. That I need to take my glasses off to let you know how serious this is. That took 2 years. Wow. Oh wow, brother. Oh my God.
Its own and start work on Huntsman for real after that, but I made the decision to move it up and make it a near simultaneous release because I knew some people would genuinely be bummed about the first bait and switch.
Okay, so it sounds like he did everything together as like a one fell swoop, like a whole type of joke scenario. And it sounds like that if you didn't witness this when it was first dropped, you unfortunately aren't going to get the joke. And I'm about a year late to the party right now, so oopsie poopsie, I guess.
Concept, the double feature is pretty cool. 2021 Ethan thought that this was a fantastic idea, and can I just say, that guy is a moron. Fuck you, man.
Damn.
As fun as it was to shadow drop the Huntsman episode, this entire process was terrible for my mental and physical health, and it probably won't happen again. I pushed myself way too hard to get this done before the end of the year, and I ended up getting sick in mid-December because of it. I also got stuck with laryngitis, and it's a good thing my voice recovered as fast as it did, because I have contractual obligations.
Oh!
And on an extremely related note, thanks to Opera GX for sponsoring this video.
All right, no sponsorship for my video. That's actually really sweet. That's actually a really cool idea. I never thought about, like, I know people were expecting something like this to drop, but I'm going to go in and absolutely kind of do a little 180 and do like, "Oh, you want this one? Well, too bad. You get this one." And also this one's right here at the same time. And at the quality that he produces it too, which is extremely impressive. I understand throughout the other past couple of behind-the-scenes ones, we've learned how big of a team he has, and it's honestly really cool, the type of team that he has, because I didn't even think that this amount of people would go into making a video like this one, and I personally think that's absolutely awesome. But I can definitely see how it would kind of backfire simultaneously as well, to put this amount of work into 2 separate videos to release around the same time. That's a lot for one person, let alone a whole team. But man, I can appreciate the both of them, and hopefully he's got some cool behind the scenes stuff with this one. I want to see another batch of like the actual breakdown of the sound design as well. I like how he's been doing those. I guess technically while the ad's still going on, we are on the road to 5K, everybody, 5,000 subscribers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because once we hit 5K, we will drop the Emesis Blue live reaction, my friend. It's coming. I know it's there. The ad, no, sponsor's still going. And if you are maybe wanting to help out a small YouTuber channel like me, make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below any more reactions you want to see from me. I think I've drawn this out long enough. I think the ad break is about done, so we can get on into the BTS of One Man's Trash with the Huntsman. Yeah, good timing.
In Man's Guide.
Oh, would have been it, man. Ethan just
said in a montage that's going in the Man's Guide.
Ethan just.
So going back to the main video, let's talk structure. Every Man's Guide so far has followed roughly the same formula.
Starts as a tutorial, gets progressively dumber, and eventually it all goes to hell. Then we cut to the studio, and then we do an ending stinger. Same thing every single time.
This time we wanted to depart from the formula in a more interesting way than just lampshading it, so we ended up taking the entire structure that we've relied on so far and flipped it. It's just backwards. This time it starts completely off the rails in a surrealist bit where my soldier just loses his shit because of the Huntsman's lack of stats. The studio scenes thus far have also also dragged on for a little bit too long in my opinion. They typically serve as a way to transition into sponsors, so we also shook up the structure of that by integrating it into the off-the-rails part, just a bunch of fast cuts back and forth while still narrating and keeping the pacing up. I think it worked pretty well. As I'm reading the script, I am realizing that my voice is dying again, so over the course of the video, I might start to sound like the TikTok influencer trying to make a thirst trap, so just bear with me. I want to get...
Hey everybody, it's Soundsmith here. I hear you guys like Corpse Husband. That's I never considered in a video like this one actually structuring it out in a timeline format to be able to break it down and see each beat of the video. I guess it really did work for the Huntsman because it felt extremely different from all the other videos. So what they were going for landed completely. I never pieced it together how the videos were broken down, especially with the Huntsman one, how the whole entire script was flipped on its noggin. It really worked.
Get the video out in early January, so... Oh god. The reverse structure continues after that by dropping the arbitrary rating near the start of the video and then covering what the Huntsman is known for. The wacky, weaponized jank that typically only shows up in the second half of a Man's Guide. Honestly, if there was ever a weapon to do a backwards episode on, it would be the Huntsman. Because like, on the surface, it incentivizes you to play Sniper backwards and just embrace the absurdity. Then as the episode goes on, instead of gradually getting sillier, it gets more serious as our characters discover that, wait, actually there might be something more to this weapon. And by the end...
Wow, that is such a smart way of breaking that down. As now that he's like saying everything, it's like, wait, that's actually exactly how they did it, and it worked really well. It worked extremely well. I could look you dead in the eye right now. I can tell you, the Huntsman video was the best one out of the series so far. So by far, the Huntsman one was the best one, and it worked. Just taking it and flipping it on its head.
And it's an actual tutorial on some of the more serious applications that the Huntsman has. And then we get into the whole social stigma and Luxman bit, but I'll talk about that later. I think the reverse structure worked well to give the episode a different feel than the rest of them.
Absolutely.
My main worry was that it would feel too much like the Beggar's Bazooka video, since they're both in that failing upwards with the side of actual cool tech category of weapon. But I'd like to think that I was able to avoid that, and it seems like it came across well, so that's a relief. Making it backwards also goes along with the overarching story with the Christoli show. I know, like, okay, what the f is the deal with that, right? The idea is that so far, the two have been actual shows being produced in the same fictional universe. Man's Guide is procedural, but the Christoli show isn't. The shows have both made passing references to each other before. What about that money we got from the Christoli sponsorship?
They just got off a really tough shoot on Man's Guide.
But for the first time, they're actively interfering with each other. Between the two Man's Guide episodes, Chris breaks into the studio and uses the procedural episode machine in an effort to reverse his show back to the start of season 1. If you've seen the Christoli show, you might remember that he was fired after that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I actually need, like I explained in one of the previous videos this week, I had no idea that the Christoli show was an actual thing. Genuinely, like, I just thought it was a cutaway bit. I didn't even realize. So if you guys are interested in maybe sitting down and watching the Christoli show with me, I'm definitely open to it. If it's got ties to, you know, all this TF2 stuff, I've loved, you know, A Man's Guide so far. And like like I said in another video, one of the people I think from the show actually left a comment on one of the videos. So if you guys want to check it out, let me know. Tell me.
You're fired, man. Don't come by the studio, or we'll call the fucking cops.
The Christoli show was my life, you understand me?
But because he doesn't understand how the machine really works, he uses it incorrectly. So the next episode of Man's Guide is instantly generated with most of the same ingredients, but the structure being flipped. And things pretty quickly go off the rails starting right here.
That's so cool.
He's still around the post-credit scene, but what's happening here? Where is he? Did he succeed in resetting the Christoli show? Are the two shows still even in the same universe? And for that matter, what's changed in Man's Guide now? Who's corporate, and why weren't they around in these episodes? How did KJ know the show was procedural if everything gets reset?
Everything goes back to...
I'm so sorry for pausing so much, but when content creators actually take the time to sit down and think about stuff like this and plan it out and actually make it make sense, it's so fun. It's so fun. The fact that all of these tiny little details are there and they matter and they make sense and they're not just little throwaway gags like I thought they were, it makes it so much better. And I appreciate this work infinitely more. That's why I love the behind the scenes stuff, because without knowing the information that I just got now, honest to God, I genuinely would have thought that all the stuff in the first one, jokes. just little throwaway gags to make the episode crazy and different. I love that.
The normal at the beginning of the next episode.
I guess the big question surrounding all of this is, what the hell is going on?
Who knows? The possibilities are literally endless.
Man, if only Chris were paying attention to stuff in the background of the Backburner episode, he would have known not to f with it. There's actually a bunch of stuff hidden in the background of these that I really want to show off, but since some commenters have already found some of them, this leads me into a new segment that I want to do with every episode going forward, Easter eggs. If you manage to spot any of these references and background jokes in future episodes, leave a comment and let me know that you found it. I'll grab the first few people to spot them and highlight them in these behind-the-scenes videos. Starting off with an obvious one, this shot of my soldier getting flashbanged by fire particles is just a recreation of that one shot.
Just Oppenheimer.
There's also this funky little guy on the right monitor there, and that's something that Crocodile sent me. I'll be talking more about that in the animation section. Next, we've got what I affectionately refer to as the biblically accurate chimp event. The subtitles here say, "Bro, please just stop shooting the pyro," which is kind of close, but the vocals are actually admittedly scuffed Google Translate Latin that more closely translates to, "I beseech you, stop firing upon the arsonist." I'm also a big fan of how the world's smartest soldier main's concept of this wise, unknowable, omniscient deity is a goddamn chimpanzee with a megaphone. It seems like the soldier really took a liking to the little guy too. Hey, look, there he is again. During the Man's Guide to the Frying Pan section, I wanted to emphasize the Smite narration a little bit. My original plan was to use just like a standard vocal doubler plugin, but then I remembered there's already a fantastic sound effect out there that works perfectly. So I just layered my voiceover with Joe Cat's voice from A Crap Guide to Paladin. Smite! I've been a big fan of his stuff for a while now, so it felt appropriate to drop a little reference there. Okay, so the podcast bit just has a ton of random stuff in the background. I've already talked about some of it, like YTP6 on the monitor, the cool and awesome badass.
Yeah, the testosterone background.
But there's also some smaller stuff like the shotgun mic peeking into the shot because they couldn't be bothered to double check the framing. And this monitor, which you can't really see since it was shrunk down so much, but it's actually Manosphere Soundsmith Googling how to get people to like me. It seemed appropriate for the character I was playing. And also there's
Manosphere.
This part. The surrealist studio bit at the beginning is also just full of random references and bits. Here's some of my favorites. The "there's no stats" exchange at the beginning follows basically the exact same cadence as that one scene from Code Ment.
I can't find them. There's only soup. What do you mean there's only soup? There's only soup.
Why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
There aren't any stats.
What do you mean there aren't any stats?
I mean there aren't any stats.
I did not catch that.
Cool. These shots are just a recreation of that one Yakuza gif. Yeah, that one. This entire bit is a reference to Peanut Man's animation about a Fumo invasion?
Look at this. There is no way.
This one was Kenji's idea. I don't really understand what's going on here.
Okay.
And then, of course, there's the scene with Lazy Purple.
I got that one.
SpongeBob scene.
Oh, Fairly Odd Parents.
This bit was actually Lazy's idea. It was originally just going to be like the camera reappearing in the wrong room, and then Lazy's like, wait, what? But he was the one who thought to do the SpongeBob joke, which was way funnier than anything I had in mind. Moving on, Crocodile was really trying to keep things stylish in the firing range scene, where the rifle sniper hits some familiar poses. Gaming Nerd, who animated a ton of shots for these videos, sometimes hides stuff in the background, like these guys. Look at them go. They're just having a great time. My soldier bursting through the fourth wall in this shot is a reference to one of my favorite H-Bomber Guy clips of all time. You know, the one where he's reacting to Ben sell their homes and move Shapiro.
I know I'm not saying anything now, but I am so, like, enraptured in all of these behind-the-scenes stuff on stuff I 1,000,000% did not notice. This one is so cool, man. I'm so sorry I'm not being content boy. I'm trying my best here, man.
Just one small problem.
That's so
Just to
cool.
really make that connection obvious, I also ended up using the same static clip that cuts to black too. Anyway,
that's
source
cool.
double-spaced and properly cited in MLA format because being the second half of an H-Bomber Guy video is my worst nightmare. Here's a small one that I don't actually think anyone noticed. In the post-credit scene for the Backburner video, Chris says this.
Look, I can only lockpick into the studio recording booth so many times
I remember.
before they put some security cameras in this place.
And hey, look, somebody's watching.
They put security
Nobody
cameras in
spotted
there.
the security camera, but people did mention cameras. Like, there's this one comment that says, I like the part where you stared directly at the camera, repeatedly screaming, wake up, and my phone started to heat up and glow a blood red before it shut off and then started up normally. It was a really neat touch that really tied the video together.
Which one of you left that comment? I know it was one of you. I know it was one of you. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Not sure what that's supposed to mean. I can't find it anywhere in the video, but I guess you should probably wake up. No, seriously, wake up. It's been 3 years. Your mother and I miss you. Wake up. And finally, I got a lot of comments about something called reload sped. I'm not really sure what that's
reload
supposed to mean either.
sped. Yep, there it is. I knew I pointed that one out. Yep, reload sped.
You've got it.
Conqueror
Let's go through
stab.
the thumbnail stuff real quick. This thumbnail was also created by the combined efforts of Chris and Kat, and we based it on Diana the Huntress as the personification of the night, painted by Anton Raphael Mengs in the mid-1800s. That sentence took me like 10 takes to get right. Holy shit. We actually tried something a bit different with the aspect ratio on this one, since the piece itself is nowhere close to the 16:9 ratio that you need for YouTube thumbnails. Instead of just expanding the image and trying to make it work like we've done in the past, this time we tried to make it look like an actual painting on the wall in a museum somewhere, complete with a hand-drawn frame. This idea also let us stray a little bit closer to the YouTube meta of text and thumbnail by making the Man's Guide text look almost like it's on an information card next to the piece in a museum. I'm a big fan of this personally, but I also want to hear what y'all think. Insert call to action requesting viewers to comment below here.
All right, let's do the thumbnail stuff real quick. Don't forget to replace this dumbass. Oh no. Oh no. I can't speak too much on my thumbnails. I know I need to step my thumbnail game up. I can definitely say though that I was definitely a fan of that one. It is a good change of pace. It's kind of similar to the whole structure of the video itself, whereas the videos are still the same, the thumbnails are still the same, but this video did kind of flip the script on its head, whereas the thumbnail was still different. It is the most recognized. In my opinion, it is the most recognizable thumbnail out of all of them, by far.
This thumbnail for this behind-the-scenes video is also based on a painting. This one is one by William Russell Flint in the late 19th century. It was actually a first draft that we scrapped because of the same aspect ratio issue, but this is still some great work by Chris, so I'm using it here instead. All right, next, let's talk animation. First of all, I need to thank everyone who worked on these animations for keeping the massive secret about the double feature under wraps for as long as y'all did. I honestly can't believe it didn't leak before release, so yeah, thanks. Anyway, credits should be on screen now, but I do want to go in closer and highlight some of my favorite details in these scenes. Everyone here put in a ton of effort.
Let's see it. I would give me it to me.
Crocodile animated this scene from the back burner video in Blender instead of SFM and used a really complicated process involving physics simulation to get this ragdoll to happen. I love how it just like folds in on itself. They actually uploaded a video on their channel that talks more about it, so that'll be in the description if you're interested. I started working with Pro Gaming Nerd pretty late into the production of these videos, and
those shots,
good. Personally, I'm a big fan of the smears that he uses to emphasize fast movement. They look fantastic. My housemate Aaron did the assets for this 2D animated scene and actually provided all of the body parts as transparent PNGs, so I effectively had my own rig to work with and match all of the movements to my voiceover in Premiere. And finally, Stinky came in with some of the most expressive dialogue animation I have ever seen in SFM. There's so many little moments that I could go over through these scenes, but I'll just mention my favorite one, which is that when KJ mentions at the end of the back burner video that we do this gag every single time, he looks directly at the camera when he says, "Then we cut to the studio." I don't know why that's so cool to me, but it's one of those things that most people would never notice, but it fits so perfectly that it just feels right.
It gives very much Office vibes, Office Parks and Rec type of deal, where the characters are at their job and it just feels like there's another camera crew following them around. And we cut back to the office yet again. Kind of the gym moment where he acknowledges that fourth wall. I think this insight into it makes me appreciate everything immensely more. Like, I have not said that 10 times already in this 20-minute long video already, but still, this inside peek is good. I need to stop talking. There's still a lot of video left. Sorry.
All right, moving on. Before we get to the bonus clips, I do want to talk about topics that we didn't get around to discussing in the video proper, or just didn't talk about for as long
time to learn more about the Huntsman.
I did kind of rapid fire off more interesting topics towards the end, so we might have been able to talk about them more had we not been building up the pacing of the video towards the big montage finale thing. First on my list is secondary synergy. It's pretty commonly known that the Huntsman does 120 damage on a fully charged body shot, which is just barely below max health for light classes.
Screw you! I am gonna go watch Family Guy!
Oh, screw you! I'm gonna go watch Family Guy!
Absolutely phenomenal when paired with this thing. You really only ever need one or two shots to connect to finish someone off at any range. There's also the situation where you tap fire or partially charge a shot versus a demo, pyro, or soldier, and you don't quite hit that threshold to one-shot them. I often find myself hitting like 155 or 160 damage headshots versus those classes. I headshot him, no! And having the SMG in your back pocket can reliably secure those kills as well. On the other hand, KJ's secondary of choice is Girardi, and that's also just kind of really strong in general.
That's the piss one, right? Yeah.
Specifically, a fully charged mini crit body shot does 162 damage, which doesn't put it over too many damage thresholds, but it does let you one-shot light classes, gunslinger NGs, and notably medics. In terms of direct synergy with the Huntsman, I do think the SMG is a little stronger, but the mini crits you can give to your entire team do probably make this overall the better option. It's just that having a secondary that can deal direct damage feels better to me, you know?
So I think I just figured it out a bit. If you throw the P on an opponent, it's not just a thing where only your bullets are the ones that get to do more increased damage or mini crits, I think he said. It's something that your whole team gets to take advantage of. Wow. I didn't actually expect that out of that weapon. I thought it was something that only, like, the sniper could take advantage of and make their play style a bit easier. I didn't realize it was just such a actual team sort of support weapon. Like, if they're in a chokehold at a good point and you got an eyesight on it, you might as well just launch that in there to try to give everybody as much damage buff as possible. I did not know that about that. I hope I'm right, at least. Like, I hope I'm not talking out of my ass here, but still.
If only there were a secondary that could give you mini crits while also functioning as an SMG. Look, hear me out, okay? I know the Beginner's Carbine is bad. I know I'd be better off using basically any other secondary, but like, come on, this thing is hilarious. It's basically just giving yourself half proficiency in both utility and damage, but I think that if there was any sniper primary that kind of synergizes with it, it would be the Huntsman. It's also just funny because it's bad, like, I don't know, cut me some slack, dude. Okay, last one, I promise. My secondary of choice for the Huntsman is actually the Cozy Camper. The main draw, obviously, is the health regen, which lets me be a lot more independent and aggressive.
You get health regen? I didn't even look at the camera. You get health regen? Dog. Dog. I didn't even know that. It's just, oh, Cozy Camper. You're camping in one spot. You don't want to move. The sniper don't want to move. You can just stay in one spot and not have to worry about going to get health back. You can just regen your health. Oh my god, that actually makes... I hate how much sense that makes.
Losing an active secondary really forced me to get good with the Huntsman. Because, like, my default muscle memory for the longest time was shoot the Huntsman, and before I even know if it hit or not,
and then pull out your other weapon.
Yeah, it's probably for the best, because I was probably going to miss, but with the Cozy Camper, you can't do that anymore. I mean, I guess you could swap to melee, but anyway. Using a passive secondary forced me to focus more of my attention on the Huntsman, and I think that was for the better. I never would have gotten clips like this one, because if I wasn't using the Cozy Camper here, I'd already be holding my secondary. Moving on from secondaries...
He nailed that shot!
Things I didn't talk about. Right, fire arrows. So friendly pyros and also bison soldiers...
That's a thing?! Fire arrows are a thing?!
Light your arrows on fire, which makes them inflict afterburn.
Oh, that... I'm wrong about this. As of the Meet Your Match update, Bison soldiers can no longer ignite Huntsman arrows since it was changed, along with the Pomzen 6000 to no longer use fire particles for its projectile. R.I.P. Bison. If you or a loved one has been infected by Bison anywhere, a stampede in the world, or you are at the local Saskatoon running of the Bison, call this number down below.
It's a fun little gimmick that doesn't really seem like it would have much use until you remember those 120 damage body shots. Hitting a light class with a flaming arrow basically guarantees their death, plus you also sometimes get a cheeky kill on a medic or demo man. The full afterburn damage you can deal is 80, meaning technically you can kill a soldier with a fully charged body shot, but that assumes it deals full afterburn, which is pretty unlikely. Wait, what?
Interesting.
It doesn't do full afterburn. It does, 60.
Damn.
All right, well, I guess ignore that part of the narration, everybody. Sorry. That's not true.
Oops.
Don't listen to me. Still, flaming arrows do a surprisingly large amount of extra damage, so pyros, if you see a friendly Huntsman sniper, give him light. It really does help a lot.
Let me light up your arrow, friend. Need a light?
Need a light?
Tag a homie who lights your arrows.
Yeah, hey, will one of you light my arrows for me? Would one of you help a brother out and light his arrows for him? Appreciate you.
Oh, wait, yo, I got a body shot and killed him because of the light.
Nice!
Bro. Also,
hey,
one
let's
more
go!
weird fun fact, going underwater doesn't extinguish your flaming arrow. I have no idea why, but apparently it's a thing. Right, keeping on with the whole pyro thing, air blast.
Oh.
Right, so Huntsman is a projectile weapon, which means pyros can and...
I learned that somebody put this in the comments section recently. I learned that you can do this. And I think that is the coolest thing on the planet. That the arrow is technically a projectile weapon, so that means you could reflect it back. Oh my god.
fact reflect your arrows. It can be really rough at longer ranges, but I actually don't think this matters that much. There used to be this thing where you couldn't shoot the Huntsman in midair, so if you got air blasted up and let go of mouse 1, your character would fire the moment his feet touched the ground. This meant that pyros who knew their could very reliably air blast your arrows if they got in close. But as of the Tough Break update, you can fire in the air, so if an air blast happy pyro gets in close, they're almost certainly going to be operating off of prediction. And that means you can kinda just wait for them to air blast, and then the second time you run into them and you don't wait, it's pretty much the same thing as how you deal with them as soldier, except you have a lot more leniency since the timing for a Huntsman reflect is a lot stricter. Like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely possible to get owned by a reflected arrow, but Tough Break has really introduced a more interesting counterplay into the equation, so it's not as bad as it could be.
That map's pretty.
You can air blast?
Interesting counterplay.
Okay. What happens if I just don't shoot? Mind games? Okay, let's... Oh, right, funny ragdoll. I kind of glossed over the topic since we were doing that build-up to the tonal shift, where I was like, oh yeah, nothing the Huntsman can do really matters and all that shit. But the fact that the Huntsman is one of the few weapons in the game that can pin ragdolls to surfaces makes it a funny ragdoll machine. All right, you know what? Let's just do a supercut of all the ragdolls I got while recording.
Oh, in the ankle! Oh my god!
Your people in my party are 2 snipers and a spy.
Did you see that?
Holy Jesus! That's just a pit. Oh!
Damn.
Oh!
You seen this?
I just keep funny.
Hey, bro, you see this right here? Oh! Alright. Jesus, the impact is crazy, dude.
Let's see if I can catch him on the way out.
Oh, right in the... Oh my goodness. I love that the noise it makes on kill is probably my favorite.
Yeah, it looks like he's standing
favorite like hit marker noise. It's so meaty.
Nice.
I love the big meat.
Yo,
oh, ew!
Check that shit out.
And also, I believe it was Zero.
Okay.
Zero sent me the Huntsman after reacting to oh my god, the man's guide. Thank you, Zero. Appreciate you for making the trade to me. Thank you, my friend. I can't wait to actually use it in game now.
Oh my god.
Flicked him. Oh!
You pinned him to the wall, hung it up like a f***ing decoration, dude.
Oh, there's one.
There we go. This is so cool. I love that it's
funny
like
ragdoll.
you're a sniper that can actually move. I know normally when you get a sniper rifle, it kind of rewards you for staying in.
He's still going.
It kind of rewards you for sort of staying in one spot. So I like that you can be a bit mobile with this one. Oh. Someone kind of said it's very similar to like a to Hanzo's scatter arrow in a way. Oh my god. Oh, it's so chunky.
Oh, sorry.
Ouchie, ma.
Don't be sorry, Soundsmith. He probably deserved it. Art and fart. Oh, round the corner. Oh.
Get fucked. Oh my god. Wait, that was so funny.
That was kind of clean. Oh, nice. Perfect.
When the ragdoll is funny.
POV me when the ragdoll is funny.
The last real topic of the video, Luxman Rage. Here's the thing, people complaining about the Huntsman is actually a lot more rare than it used to be. These days, popular opinion has shifted more in favor of getting pissed at rifle snipers, and for good reason. People, on average, are just better at sniper than they used to be. Whether it's natural improvement over time or a more artificial increase, it's undeniable that snipers just hit their shots more these days. And when you're fighting a sniper, getting hit with a rifle usually feels a lot.
I've heard that there was a lot of bad hacking in the game at one point, so I'm glad I'm kind of in a spot now where the hacking seems to be low. I'm not going to say non-existent because I know that's probably incorrect. I'm glad I'm coming into the community where the hacking is low. Because again, like I said, from what I've heard and from other videos, it was really bad at one point.
worse than getting hit with the Huntsman. This is mostly because with a rifle, there's just not as much feedback to go off of. With the Huntsman, you have the projectile trail, more detailed sound cues when you barely dodge a shot, and the lingering arrow model can even indicate which direction the sniper is shooting from.
Oh, that's actually a good
can
point.
Easily be hidden, and the sound, which can easily blend into the chaos if you're using the right weapon. There's just kind of nothing until you die. Yeah, the Huntsman's spammy and has a janky hitbox, but in my opinion, it just feels better to fight against than the rifle. Anyway, we honestly thought that we might have to change the whole ending of the video, because people just really don't care as much about the Huntsman as they used to.
Damn. TF2 players being nice about stupid Huntsman shots.
Kind of just trying to piss people off.
Oh. Nice shot, nice shot.
He was actually nice.
Oh no, he's trying to get the rage.
Successfully.
Mission failed successfully.
Yeah, get him, kill him, guys, kill him. Yeah, kill them.
Damn, damn. He's not mad.
No, you're being nice about it. Fuck you, be toxic. This
Get pissed off at me.
Every
Hurry
time
up.
There's something funny with the Huntsman. Everybody's just like, damn, okay. We complimented me. That's not supposed to happen.
That was actually really cool.
Damn it! Even the scout is complimenting me. What is going on? Stop,
you're good at the game. You're good. Enjoy it. Embrace it. Oh, not the wizard.
Oh, he said nice in chat. Fuck off. Complain. I need you to complain. Come on, man.
I'm clip farming here, man. The rage bait isn't working.
I think that's a free to play though, so he's not gonna complain in chat. Oh, he said GG? Man, come on. Damn it.
I like it though.
I like it though. The Huntsman.
I like it though. That makes me like the community more. You're literally out here trying to rage bait, and everybody's like, "Hey, way to go, man! Hey, keep up the good work! Hey, nice shot! Hey, nice cock!" Huh?
God damn it! The pyro is nice. I hit a bullshit shot, and he just said nice shot.
Oh,
come on, man! I need you to complain. Work with me here.
You gotta be a dick too.
Yeah,
you're
maybe.
Saying nice shot, and you're saying TY.
You gotta get the edgy look.
Don't say TY.
You gotta get the edgy look.
Scoff. Like piss
say scoff.
You gotta want.
Yeah, okay, maybe you're right. We'll start being a dickhead to people in taunt after every kill. Maybe that'll work.
I mean, it worked for the video. Oh.
Okay, maybe that'll do it. There's a scout behind us, by the way.
Soldier behind you.
I see him. Ah. Yeah, this is the guy I killed earlier. He's taunting me back. Nice. That might do it. Please, rage.
Come on.
I beg you.
Come on.
I mean, if he died while taunt, oh well, nah, he's chill.
He's like, okay. Damn it, you're too nice.
That guy is very much.
Give her the time.
Yeah, no, he just taunted me back. Like, you're too nice. Stop it, please.
I like
need
that.
clips
Though.
of people
like
raging.
I said, man, I like that. It's a nice change of pace in the gaming community, especially coming from Overwatch, and also someone who's played an unhealthy amount of Call of Duty.
That's not much of a rage, though.
I know that's my fault.
They're having fun with it. Stop having fun with it. Be mad. Fuck you. They just don't care. Like, if we were using rifle, they'd be raging.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, we're gonna have to go the other way, because I'm being honest. Normal sniper is such an issue anymore that no one cares about Huntsman.
But then we had an idea. A lot of people that used to complain about the Luxman were new players. More specifically, free-to-plays that just didn't have the experience fighting it yet. And now that free-to-plays can't use chat and casual anymore, of course you're gonna see less rage about the Huntsman. Obviously, the solution here was to play on community servers instead. And what better place to go to get somebody to complain about something than the forbidden land of... Forbidden to go to get...
Tiny Kitty's Girl Pound? What in the fuck are some of these servers, my dog? What in God's name are some of these servers?
Somebody to complain about something than the forbidden land of...
Uncle!
Okay, it's not that bad. I'm mostly joking.
Mostly.
But it's honestly a really funny bit. How do we practically guarantee that somebody is going to complain about something we're doing? Uncletopia. Oh, there we go. I don't think that's Huntsman Rage, but this is literally the first game I've been in the server. And let's just say it
got worse.
How is that a headshot? Oh, there we go. That could work.
There it is.
I bet I can do better, though.
I bet I can do better. Oh, the 360 was crazy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's it. We're done. God bless Uncletopia. I should probably mention that I don't
still need to watch that
dislike
Uncle guy.
Uncletopia. The servers are good, and it provides what is essentially a necessary service considering the state that casual's usually in. I'm just goofing on it because it's extremely funny to me that after struggling for months in casual to get clips of people complaining, I got all the clips I needed after like a couple games of Uncletopia.
That's actually kind of
they're
funny.
good servers. Like, people complain a lot. It's really funny to me.
It's the people, not the servers.
All right, it's about that time again. Well, sort of. This is normally the point in the video where I would dump all of my extra footage to significantly extend the runtime of the video. But if you take a quick look at that runtime, we are already over like 25 minutes on the behind-the-scenes stuff alone. And full disclosure, I have like a terabyte of extra Huntsman footage, and even when I rough cut it down to just the funnies, it's like an hour on its own. So because I want to get this video out in a reasonable amount of time, I'm just gonna drop a few bonus clips from this video's production, you know, like Gmod and STV setup stuff. And then over the next couple of weeks, I'll work on editing down the rough cut of the extra footage and have that.
I like the funny ha-has one.
Cool. Anyway, thank you all again for watching.
Hey, thank you, Soundsmith.
Things so the algorithm.
I want to see a little bit more BTS.
Yeah. Okay, my voice is dying again, so.
All right, good luck. Get out of here.
Bye. Okay, so just grab me and rotate me around.
Screens
slowly.
were green. Obviously, it's green screen. Oh, they're what the hell?
Well, you know,
Goku punching him in the dick. I don't remember that. Oh no, I do remember that. Jesus, oh good lord. And this is the Gmod. Gmod. Is Gmod like a game? I don't know. What do you do in a Gmod? I've never Gmodded before. Or it's like called what? Gary's Mod, I think.
I'm gonna show this to you. Hang on.
That would suck if it did.
Bluey Fan 2014? 2164.
Wait, what? That used to be a thing.
Oh, they must have bugged. Oh, they must have took it out when they fixed the bug with the bites and gave people multiple times.
Maybe they did. Wait, okay, hang on. This, I swear to God.
Interesting.
Hang on.
Like I said, obviously I'm recording this before you guys have answered all the questions that I've had in the more recent videos. That I do want to eventually make something like this and put in a little bit more effort into like TF2 type of content to be able to do something interesting, like take a longer look at a weapon, or taking a longer look at a class, or literally anything of the sorts that not just gameplay or reactions. So I'll ask again on day 3, even though I know I haven't had a chance to reply to anybody's actual responses to the questions just yet, but still, the thing stands. I just feel so creatively inspired from these, especially now being able to take a look at the BTS stuff and seeing all the work that he did to put into the details and all the little stuff. It makes me ready to get to work, dog. Oh, the fadeaway headshot is crazy. Why is that? Why is the peace sign going behind the Heavy's eyes?
What's he looking at?
Oh, he's got. No. Oh. Oh, he just showed off his butthole. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Heavy. I guess. All right. Well, hey, man, that looks like it's going to be the end of another one. We finished. As of now, we were able to finish a Man's Guide series. We finished up One Man's Trash. We still have one more Soundsmith series to go through, is the miscellaneous stereotypes. I have no idea of any of those. I've seen all the hats. I have no idea what a miscellaneous even is. No clue, because we've been spending all this time now on weapons and the hats as of late. I don't know what people have told me it's a misc. It's a misc. That'll probably be the next series that we do too. I know people still want to see us check out the TF2 Freak some more. There's some more SFM animations that people want me to check out. And we still got some TF2 streams coming down the pipeline. So thank you guys for watching this one. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below any more reactions you want to see from me. Please subscribe to the channel, my friend, as we are now on the road to 5,000 subscribers. We're making good progress. Once we get there, Emesis Blue reaction coming to the channel, baby. But until that point, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'll see you in the next one. Love you, bye.